After a long winter, it was finally time to head down to Stardust and start getting the winter jobs done prior to launching. It is Sunday, the 18th of April. It has been a very, very long winter. We've not been able to get down to the boat to do any of the essential maintenance that we would normally have done. Okay, so things aren't looking too bad. There's a wee bit of mould. Nicky's up front getting things a wee wipe. We'll get some winter jobs done and then hopefully splash time. Once all of the essential maintenance had been done, it was time to launch.
All stations, this is Belfast Coast Guard, now for the Maritime Safety Information broadcast. If you've travelled through a red list country at any point in the last 10 days, you cannot enter an English port, harbour or marina. You'll be committing an offence and could be fined £10,000.
After a relaxing sail, we headed for Portavadie Marina. As well as having the infinity pool and leisure complex, restaurant and accommodation, the Portavadie resort also has a takeaway pizza and pasta facility which we made good use of. From Portavadie we had a short sail down Loch Sween to Otter Ferry, where we took a visitor mooring and went ashore to the oyster catcher for a very tasty meal. Leaving Loch Sween, we decided to sail across to Lochranza on the north shore of Arran.
Thank you.
From Lochranza, we made our way to Sanda Island. Sanda Island is an incredibly interesting little island to visit, uninhabited now, but it once had a small pub and restaurant that would serve food and drinks to the passing yachts. We went ashore to explore. After rounding the Mull of Kintyre, we headed for the Island of Gigha. Ferguson's and Sons, fresh steak mince. From Gigha, we headed up Loch Sween to a small anchorage within the Fairy Isles, a stunning spot to explore with paddleboards. So what do you think of this place?
Pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, isn't it?
There's a lot of colors, I don't know where to go. See a lot of colors, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colors, lost within a haze. Don't rely on others.
So our plan is to go into this anchorage in here. And we've not been round into the Cuan Sound before, so this will be fun. And yeah, it is about 3 hours before high water in Oban. So we're not 100% sure how this is going to go, but we're hoping it'll be fine. The tide doesn't turn for another kind of couple hours yet, so we should be fine getting into here. And our plan is to come down inside of the big rock and then around into here and down into this anchorage down here.
Once we'd anchored Stardust, we inflated the dinghy and went to explore the bay on the other side, navigating a tidal stream between the islands Torsa and Ling.
Rocks over the side.
Oh yeah.
Is the tide pushing us through?
Yeah.
Big rocks here.
From the Cuan Sound we made our way over to the Isle of Mull and headed to a little anchorage known as Tinker's Hole. Tinker's Hole is a small anchorage, but incredibly beautiful with crystal clear water. We quickly inflated the paddleboards and went exploring the little islands. As we were leaving Tinker's Hole, we happened upon the Round Mull yacht race. From Mull we sailed past Colonsay and headed for West Loch Tarbert on the Isle of Jura. So we are in West Loch Tarbert on Jura. We've just come across from Tinker's Hole on Mull and made our way in through the wee narrow passage using various charts and navionics. Very narrow, but managed to get in okay. There's maybe a couple of other boats here, another two at the moment, but there'll probably be more by the end of the evening. And yeah, it's just a really stunning spot. We can see the paps of Jura. I'm quite looking forward to going ashore and doing a little bit of exploring. What do you think of West Loch Tarbert, Nikki?
Yeah, looks amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
Such a big space.
Heard you want to leave this place where we grew up.
We pulled up anchor and left West Loch Tarbert. We then made our way to Port Ellen on the island's west coast, passing through the Sound of Isla.
Just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
From Port Ellen, we headed back around the Mull of Kintyre and made our way to Lamlash Bay on the Isle of Arran. We decided to use the paddleboards to go ashore rather than plating the dinghy. The following day, after catching up with family and friends, we headed for Millport Bay on the Isle of Cumbrae. On our way back down the Clyde, we came across the Tunnock's flotilla, which raised over £16,000 for the RNLI.